Hello YouTube, this is Brian916 giving you my two cent on the Gearwrench brand. There's some pros and cons in my opinion to going with Gearwrench, and I just sort of wanted to express those via YouTube. Again, it's just my 2 cents, but I noticed that Gearwrench brand is really starting to grow, and when I first seen Gearwrench, when they first started putting out those ratcheting wrenches, I remember I've been doing this for a long time, and I remember when guys didn't have ratcheting wrenches in their sets. We used a combination wrench, and no one was really using ratcheting wrenches too much. So I remember when Gearwrench first came along, and it seemed sort of like a gimmick wrench, But as these wrenches sort of was perfected, from an engineering standpoint, these ratchets became mandatory and a must-have for all techs. But I remember thinking that this brand, in my opinion, was like almost a cheap brand. It seemed like I don't know, maybe like a crescent wrench type brand tool. It just didn't seem like it was a professional tool. But as Gearwrench started to grow and popularity started to grow, they got some pretty quality stuff, man. And I think that Gearwrench is an excellent way to go. It's a nice midpoint between cheap and premium. To me, it's right smack in the middle. And I think that Gearwrench may be just a little bit better than Tecton, in my opinion, when you're getting into like middle of the road kind of tools. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this particular 3/8 drive socket set by Gearwrench. Now, the thing that I like about this socket set is that the length that they chose to go with for this. Now, it's really a low profile socket, and you're able to get this thing in tighter places without necessarily having to buy a low profile set. So you sort of get that as an added feature. I'll grab another socket. Here's a Williams 3/8 drive socket, and we'll put it next to it, and you can see it towers over that Gearwrench it's quite a bit taller. So, this is not a special socket set. This is just their 3/8 drive set, and this is the design they chose to go with, which I really like. And another thing I wanted to mention is the way that this socket feels. It has some coating over the socket, and if any of you guys have snap-on sockets, you know what I mean. This snap-on socket feels similar. There's like a coating or something that they put on these sockets that I don't feel on this Cobalt socket. I don't really know. I'd have to do some research on it, but it just feels like quality. It's hard. I can't really explain it, but whatever coating they put over these, it just feels like a high quality socket. So it's very comparable to Snap-on. I kid you not. If you're looking for like a Snap-on quality ratchet for half the price, I would go with this Gearwrench 3/8 drive set, and I'm gonna put a link in the description for this. If you're looking for a 3/8 drive set, I think that this Gearwrench is the way to go. I really do. The quality is there. It really is. So another feature about Gearwrench that I like, and I noticed this to be the case in most of their sets, they're very generous on how much they give you in a set. If you look here, this set starts at 6mm and it ends at 19, whereas most sets will probably start here. So it's a 10. Yeah, most sets will likely start here, and you'll get about this much for the same price. But Gearwrench is pretty generous on the amount of tools that they give you in their sets. And that holds true on this ratchet and wrench set as well. You can see this ratchet and wrench set starts at 8mm, and typically most sets will stop here at a 19, and that'll be, you know, your basic set. But, you know, this set has 21, 22, 24, and 25 in it for, you know, the same price you would pay for any other reversible style ratchet and wrench set. Now, that brings me to the ratchets. The ratchets are decent ratchets, and most of them are pretty fine-tooth ratchets. I don't really have too much to say as far as the ratchets go. I'm not the biggest fan of their ratchets, but I think they are pretty decent ratchets. It's just a matter of personal preference. But this is a solid ratchet. The profile is slim on the head. You know, it goes along with sort of the slim profile on the socket. So you know, some brainstorming went in designing this stuff specifically for automotive, because clearance issues is always an issue with us. So most of their stuff seems to be decent quality. Gearwrench used to seem really cheap to me and sort of passing off as a professional or high quality tool brand. But as I've, you know, bought more of their stuff and given them more of a chance, they do have some pretty good stuff, some pretty high quality stuff. So I just wanted to, you know, give my 2 cents on Gearwrench. And I would say the cons to Gearwrench is going to be their warranty. I don't see a whole lot of Gearwrench trucks. If you're relying on a truck to come to the shop, you're not going to see too many of those. So in order to claim a warranty, you'll have to go on their website. I did collect a warranty on this ratchet at one point in time, and it took so long I went and bought another one. Okay, and it finally came, like, I kid you not, maybe like a month and a half later. And it was so bad I had to call and like keep checking on it, like what's going on with the warranty. And so it's really hard to get anything warranted by them. So keep that in mind if you do buy a Gearwrench and you put heavy use on your tools and you need to warranty them. Gearwrench might not be the best option for you at this time until maybe Gearwrench does something about their warranty practices. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on Gearwrench. I'll put a link to the description for these sockets. I highly recommend. And these ratcheting wrench set, I recommend those as well. So I'll put a link in the description to those 2. These ratchets I'm not that big of a fan of, but I'll definitely link this socket set for sure in the description, because this is a pretty decent socket set. So anyway, this is Brian916. Thank you for watching, and please hit like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.